Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of Navigating Growth. My name is Sal Imami from Better Call Sal, and I will be co-hosting with Kevin Hooper from Hanging with Mr. Hooper. The whole premise of Navigating Growth is that Kevin and I have talked to hundreds of startup founders, and we find their story to be fascinating. We wanted to share their story with everyone. We're going to be asking them what their startup does, how do they start, and then we're going to ask them about growth. Now, growth can be anything from growing revenue to growing market share to market expansion. And if they had to do it all over again, what would they do differently? So I hope you guys truly enjoy this series. It's been a passion of ours. We really enjoy talking to startup founders. And on to our very first founder. David Atkinson is the founder of ZSphere. So David, thanks for being on the show, first of all. Tell us a little bit about ZSphere.
So ZSphere, we are a resiliency and sustainability company redefining buildings and construction, very focused and targeted on areas where climate change and hurricanes, floods, and other things affect economies by destruction of buildings and things like that. And what we do is we show municipalities, we show commercial businesses, we show them in utilizing our unique building design and structure and systems, we show them how to legitimately improve resiliency and sustainability in whatever they're doing. Whether they have a hospitality business or they're a doctor or a restaurant, whatever it may be, we help them not only prepare for, but operate through those different situations when they happen, because they can be very disruptive.
How did you come up with this idea?
The idea came to me and then I just pulled on the thread and it just kept on going and becoming clear over time.
Obviously, as you're building this out, you're building an ecosystem of partners to help you in delivering on the vision that you have for yours. Can you tell us a little bit about how you built that part of your business?
When I look back and I look at everything that we've done, I've been at this overall about 14 years. When I look at the lion's share of what we've done, is not only the organic development of our native solutions and what we have, but because we are an advanced novel idea and have created and developed an entirely new standard for building and living resiliently and sustainably in these disaster-prone environments. It's one thing to create significant value and differentiators on your own organically. It's entirely more valuable, especially when it comes to the competitive landscape, to go out and build an ecosystem of differentiators in your partner network. And not only that, find complementary solutions and capabilities that actually make yours exponentially better. Because we are a resiliency and sustainability company, one of our areas of focus has been around creating an environment where we can legitimately generate all of our power needs for our buildings in an environment where we're leveraging solar and wind. So going out and finding unique partners out in the space that are innovating at an entirely new level, whether it's solar panels or power generation, going out and identifying someone who's creating an entirely new level of efficiency in power generation, that's the type of ecosystem that we've built.
How did you find those partners?
First, it started with one, and then those connections and that network bridged out into two or three. And then it fanned out from those two or three to another few. And as such, it's resulted in a nice ecosystem for us of 10 to 12 core partners around us, performing various functions, whether it's our unique heated floor systems, our unique air conditioning systems. It can be our structural fire resilient floors. So there's multiple strategic partners there. It can be our exterior structure, which is a very unique composite structurally insulated panel. It has incredible energy efficiency, but also it is designed such that it complements the geodesic shape of a Z-sphere, because we have a spherical building that's based on a geodesic design. And because of tolerances that are required in geometry, you have to have a manufacturer that can manufacture to very specific tolerances. In our case, it's roughly 1/8 of an inch tolerance on our structure. Not every partner can build to that. It took me a while to find them. A lot of tenacity, it's a lot of networking, it's a lot of phone calls, and identifying those that had not only complementary capabilities to us, but that also had the same chemistry as our organization.
When it comes down to partners, one of the first criteria I look for is value, and in your case, chemistry.
As is clearly coming across in this conversation, and is very, very consistent with most founders of startups, you're the best sales rep that you have. At some point in the future, you're going to have a team of some kind of salespeople and channels and alliances, relationship people. What do you think that looks like?
The way that our current business looks, we're designed today to fulfill up to, let's say, 20 to 25 of our units. When I look at what we're intending to do over the next 12 to 18 months, it's seed our market with 20 to 25 units. Those will all be component built. The real growth and the real math starts to kick in when we build a factory. And in the case of our factory design, one factory will output over 1,000 spheres a year. When I look at our growth, what happens is, we do our 20 to 25 to seed the market over the next 12 to 18 months. When another major event happens, we build a factory. We then start to ramp up production. So over the following, 24 to 36 months, it ramps up quite significantly.
You've been at this for quite some time now. If you had to look back, what would you do different?
If I were to rewind, I would have saved and set aside a lot more dollars for something that you can monetize first and get your early social proof. And that way you're able to focus maniacally on getting a solution to market and begin to get some early revenue, albeit small revenue, so that you don't have to go out and you don't have to forsake or give up a bunch of equity trying to go out and solicit investors. Would have completely 100% focused on bootstrapping, raising the money, working a second job, a third job, whatever it took to go out and bank the necessary funds to do that.
First of all, thank you very much for your insights.
My pleasure.
It's clear that navigating growth starts with having an idea, translating that idea into a strategic plan, being resilient to changing that plan as you learn more, and then being maniacally focused. So thank you very much for this inaugural edition of Navigating Growth. It's been an absolute pleasure. I want to thank Sal Imami here, and I'm Kevin Hooper. We'll see you guys next time.